All right, so we're gonna get going. Mark Kinzer is gonna introduce us to one of my favorite bids. And for those of you that had lessons with me before, this is one of my favorite bids, but I have not figured out a great place to put it in my lessons over the years. So enter Mark Kinzer. Thanks, Mark.
Well, good morning. Okay, so you know me, I'm Mark Kinzer, and today's topic is the Q-bid raise. What does that mean? It means where your side opens, the opponents intervene with a new suit, and your partner raises your opponent. Your partner bids the opponent's suit. What does that mean? All right, next slide, please.
Good.
What is it? Well, it shows, first and foremost, it shows support for your suit. You know, there's no real reason to raise the opponents. You're not bidding this to play. So you're bidding it to show something you can't easily show otherwise, and that is to show support for partner and along with a good hand. Shows invitational values are better. So, you know, basically a good 10, 11 points all the way up. You could have a slam going hand, but first of all, you want to establish that you have a good hand with support. Next slide, please.
I like to be referred to as Vanna.
Okay, Vanna. So here's an example of where your partner opens one spade. Your right-hand opponent overcalls 2 diamonds, and you're looking at this beauty. It's 10 high card points plus a doubleton, so it's basically worth 11 points in support. You can Q bid. The circled bid on all these slides, by the way, is the bid you're contemplating making. So in this case, it's a very clear 3 diamond, very easy 3 diamonds. It doesn't say you have control of the opponent's suit. It just says, partner, I've got invitational values or better, and I've got enough support for your suit that it should be trump.
Next slide. Talk.
Here's an example where partner has opened a diamond. Right-hand opponent overcalls a spade, and you can bid 2 spades with this, saying, partner, I've got 11 or so points or more in support of diamonds, and I'm Q-bidding the opponent's suit to show that.
So you need 5 for that, not just 4 for diamonds?
Well, your partner, no, you're right. Sometimes you might want to do it with only 4, but the problem when partner opens a minor is that sometimes they only have a 3-card suit.
Yeah.
So especially when they open clubs, you want to have a 5-card support. Mm-hmm. When they open diamonds, 90+% of the time they'll have 4. So you could do it with a 4-card support. Next slide, please.
Well, let's mention the other part, but definitely denies the other major. Right?
Oh, yeah, good point.
Yeah.
Well, when you can bid it, right? So you don't have a negative double hand.
Right.
You don't have 4 or more hearts.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Although when partners open a major, you aren't denying anything. But when partner opens a minor, that's a very good point, Mark.
Yeah. Thank you.
Well,
so you made it. You just forgot to mention it.
So I mentioned before, you could have even a slam going hand in support of partner. Here, partner opens a spade, right-hand opponent overcalls 2 diamonds, and you're bidding 3 diamonds with this beautiful hand. You've got 10, 15 plus a double and 16 points in support of partner's spades. So you Q-bid 3 diamonds. Now we can get into partner bids 3 spades, and you note that the 2 asterisks say partner has a minimum hand. He's not accepting the invitation. We haven't talked about how you respond to this Q-bid, but in this case, basically, if he retreats to the minimum level of your suit, he's not accepting if you have an invitational hand. So he has a 12 count or something. Here in this case, okay, partner, you have 12. Good, we're still going to game. You can't shut me up. Next slide, please. Now, the opposite of a Q-bid is what if you have less? What if you jump raise partner? That's what we used before when we want to show a good hand in support of partner. Well, you can have less than a limit raise. I basically, when the opponent's partner opens a spade, right-hand opponent overcalls 2 diamonds, I jump to 3 spades, and they say, what does that show? I said, well, less than the limit raise. Shows 4-card support, often some shape, but not necessarily. I mean, if I had 4, 4, 3, 2 with 4-card support for partner and a 6 count, or even a 5 count, or even a 4 count if I'm not vulnerable. I mean, have some fun with this game. You can jump to 3 spades, and it's the same as raising partners preempt. Remember we talked about partner opens 2 hearts, you raise to 3 almost by closing your eyes once you have 3 card support. Here you have 4 card support.
Excuse me, can I interrupt, or do you want me to wait till the end?
Oh yeah, by all
Okay.
means, this is the best time.
How would I know if I were the responder, or I'm sorry, if I were the opener, that was not a limit raise?
If you were opener, partner would have cubed if he had a limit raise.
Got it.
So this
Mark,
is in
yeah,
conjunction with, you're either playing both or not. Yeah.
Right, so there is a memory issue here.
Okay.
When partner
Uh-oh.
cubids, that wakes you up, right? You know, okay, partner's got a good hand. But when partner jumps, you might forget, especially if that's the first hand of the night.
Mark,
And
Mark,
if you just bid 2 spades, is that 3 card support and kind of a 8
Yeah.
to 10 or something?
Yep, exactly, same as it was before.
would this be an example of law of total tricks, the 9 cards?
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly, Marvin. So that goes back to what I was saying about before we got started. I don't know that you were part of the group.
No, I wasn't.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was.
So
He
we
was
were talking
on.
about
He
a
was-
hand where partner opens 2 hearts and right hand opponent overcalled 2 spades. And with 3 card support, 3 card heart support, you raise to 3 hearts almost without looking at the rest of your hand. You know, unless you have enough for game. It's just a raising to the law.
Okay.
Next slide, Mark. Thank you. You're anticipating you're a very good Vanna. Okay, here partner opens a diamond, right hand opponent overcalls 1 spade, and it's the law bid, right? You expect partner has 4 diamonds. You raise to 3 because you can shut out the opponent's heart suit maybe, or you can take away the cubed, or you're just raising the level and making it a little bit tougher for the opponents. Meanwhile, you're telling your partner essentially what you have, and they can make a decision before the opponents know what's going on. Next slide, please. Okay, so this is a slide we'll spend a little bit more time on. After a cubed raise, the opener should assume that responder has a limit raise. So I mentioned this before. You sign off if you wouldn't accept an invitation. So with a minimum hand, opener bids the agreed suit. Yeah, I guess you're usually going to be at the 3 level. Of course, there are certain situations. For example, suppose opener says 1 spade, left hand opponent says 3 hearts, and responder says 4 hearts. Well, you're not signing off below game there, so you better have a little bit more if you're forcing opener to the 4 level. Okay, if the agreed suit is a major and opener has more than a minimum, go ahead and bid game. If it's a minor, your 3-no trump is often the target. And so opener may want to look for 3-no trump instead. I cannot emphasize enough. Don't say, oh, I've got a minimum, or I don't know what's going on. I'm going to pass.
Right.
It's like a lot of conventions. The suit is agreed, right? That's where we're ending up on. You know,
Yes,
well, I
you've
guess
set
not. I
trump.
should take that back on this one because of the no trump. But yeah,
You have set trump. That's true.
Yeah.
You know you have a fit in the opener's first suit. Then after distributional jump raise, so that's the one where we haven't cubed, we have less than limit raise, so we just jump with our support. Opener still passes with a minimum. We bid game with extra strength. You know, if you have 19 and opener is showing, you know, basically a 6 to 9 point hand, or 4 to 8, or whatever range you want to play, you can still bid game. And then if you have extra length too, that's similar to the law of total tricks, where you up the level again. So the opponents are left guessing here. Oh, does opener have a strong hand or just a distributional hand? And meanwhile, your partner has nothing more to say. So this is the final slide, but we can go to the next one, which is, I think, just any
I want to
question.
just add something. This would have to be a fair amount extra, guys, in my opinion. You know, because this
Yeah.
distributional jump raise could be pretty weak. So you know,
Right,
so
if
it
you have
certainly
just
isn't
6
your minimum opener. Okay.
So Mark, sorry.
Yeah.
When you said you might want to look for 3 no trump as an alternative, what is your next bid then? You know, so if you bid a diamond and they overcalled a spade and your partner said 2 spades, what's your next bid?
Well, you could bid 3 clubs if you have both minors. You could bid 2 no trump if you've got a minimum, but with a spade stopper. I don't think that's probably forcing. You could bid 3 spades. Hey, partner, we're going to game, but do you have a spade stopper? Because I don't.
Yeah, okay, all right, thanks.
A new suit is forcing, but your suit is not.
All right. Any other questions? So this one we covered was for the opening, right? So this is opener side only is what we did today. Is that right?
Yes,
Yeah, not if our partner overcalled.
but that said, I
Yeah.
mean, suppose your partner is overcalled.
Mm-hmm.
So there's 1 diamond on your left, 1 spade by partner. Right-hand opponent passes. If you bid 2 diamonds, you're showing spade support. It's a different topic. It's
Right.
not the Q-bid raise, but it's very similar in that you.
What's that
Q-bid
one
the
called,
opponent's-
Mark? Because that's the one I tried to do in a different lesson. What's that one called? Because I don't know the give a different name for it.
It's yeah, probably Q-bid raise is that subject too, but
Okay. I guess we could just call it overcalling because it's pretty similar. Wouldn't you agree?
overcalling, yeah. That would
I
be
think
part
you
of an
could call
overcall.
it like advancing after our side overcalls.
Yeah, that gets to be a little long, you know. But it's similar, and for those of you guys that play with the robots, they play these. So this is the bid that they're talking about.
Could you repeat that one more time?
Which part?
When you,
On the bid, an overcall.
Okay.
all right, so let's say the auction starts with your left-hand opponent being the dealer. Your left-hand opponent opens one of a minor and your partner overcalls 1 spade, let's say. Right-hand opponent passes or makes a negative double or even bids a new suit. If you bid the opener suit here, you say, partner, I've got a good hand and support for you.
Right,
So it
so
could
like
go
1
at-
club, 1 spade.
It could even
2
go a
clubs.
diamond by left-hand opponent, partner overcalls a heart. Right-hand opponent bids a spade. If you bid 2 diamonds, opener suit, you're saying, partner, I've got a good heart raise.
I have a
Yeah, so
question on an
very
unrelated
similar to
topic.
this.
Mark,
Is
could
that
you,
Mark?
yeah, on a 15 card hand with 5 card major, is there a rule or a guideline as to when to open a no trump versus opening the
Oh,
major?
okay. Well, different topic. I'm going to end this presentation then. Okay. Right?
Okay, all
So
right.
let me end this and like I said, I'll post this on YouTube. So all the mini lessons for the last few months that these guys have contributed for us are all on there. So thanks everybody.